Good morning, everybody. I hope your Thursday is off to a great start. First Alert Meteorologist Jaret Lansford here to give you the details on what to expect as we look at some warmer temperatures today and tomorrow. It'll be a little gusty alongside that. We'll take a look at how strong those winds are going to be. And I know you're thinking about the weekend, me too. As we go through this, we'll also talk about what to expect for that forecast and some changes that are on the horizon, a little more fall-like for what we're going to be seeing as we move forward. I'll tell you how that all unfolds as well. Let's start off with where we're at right now. It's a warmer start than what we've had the last couple of days. We didn't get quite as cool with cloud cover that was in place overnight. We've started to clear that out. We're at 62 degrees. It's pretty nice out there. A little bit of a breeze. That'll be a presence throughout our day today. We're getting some consistent winds, about 10-15 miles per hour right now. We could get some gusts that get up around 30 out of the south as we get later on in our day. Pretty dry air in place, though. Not too much to be concerned about as we go through the daytime hours, and actually ends up being a really nice afternoon if you can get past that breeze. We'll have a lot of sunshine and a high right near 75 degrees. Yeah, that's looking really nice for us as we head through the rest of our day. I do want to show you those gusts, though. Here's how that unfolds for the rest of the day. You can see some gusts that could get up around 25, maybe up to 30 miles per hour to the south as our day goes on for those winds back off as we get into the overnight hours. I mentioned the cloud cover that was in place. Was being the key word. You can see how that's really started to break up out there, and we're going to be looking at more sunshine than not through the afternoon hours. Now, I will say we get a chance for a few showers to pop up again as we get into our overnight hours. We didn't see all that much during our morning today, just a brief one in the southeastern part of the viewing area. And as we work our way through into tonight, we're actually starting off here at about 7 o'clock. You notice that we're starting to fill that cloud cover back in. As that happens, we get the chance, especially if you are off to the south and east of the metro, and as we get past midnight, for us to develop a couple more showers, maybe even a rumble or two of thunder with some of these. There you can see those getting going there around Red Oak and Shenandoah as we get toward 1, 2 a.m. Pretty spotty in nature, not expecting a lot as far as rainfall out of these, but don't be caught off guard if you maybe hear 1 or 2 rumbles of thunder if you are in areas such as Red Oak and Shenandoah. As we're going through the overnight, you can see those sweeping off to the east, and maybe we have a quick lingering shower in the very early morning hours for our day tomorrow before we see those clouds move out. And we set ourselves up for a pretty nice afternoon tomorrow. A little warmer, too. We'll be up near 80 for our high, and that means it will be quite warm as we're setting ourselves up for Friday night fever games. We're in the upper 70s during the later afternoon and early evening hours for our Friday. Note the clear sky, as has been the trend for some of our recent days. We will cool quickly. Dry air in place, a clear sky, and calmer winds tomorrow make for a recipe for that to take place pretty rapidly. So we go from those mid-70s around 5, 6 o'clock down into the low 60s by the time those games are wrapping up. So you might even think about taking a light jacket with you if you're going to be sitting in the bleachers for those high school football games, because it will be cooling rather quickly. As far as the weekend as a whole, we talked about Friday. There's that high, up near 80 degrees. A little bit cooler for our Saturday. I think we'll be looking at a high in the low 70s. That's been trending a little bit cooler with more cloud cover around. Pretty low chance that we have a spotty shower around, but just can't completely rule it out in the middle of the day. And then as we get into our Sunday, trending warmer and windy. We'll be in the low 80s. We'll have some gusts that are over 30 miles per hour possible out of the south. And that thunder shower change you see, that's early in the day, and then again as we get into the evening. We should get some dry hours there in the middle of our Sunday. Let's talk a little bit more about the wind and how that unfolds. So talking about some gusts Saturday that are increasing as we get late in the day and especially into the nighttime hours. They're fairly quiet during the daytime, but you can see that we start to get a little bit more wind in the afternoon, and especially as we go overnight. That's where we could start getting some of those gusts up around 30 miles per hour out of the south to southeast. Sunday, if you really pick those up, we're talking about some gusts up around 30 to 35 miles per hour out of the south. So it will be a little more blustery for our Sunday PM hours. As far as any rain is concerned, there you can see some of those spotty showers that I mentioned for Sunday morning. Not likely to be a lot of them, but something that is possible if you're out and about early on Sunday. Could be a couple of raindrops for you. Likely drying out in the middle of the day, and then as we make our way into the evening, we'll likely start to try to develop a couple more into the post-sunset hours for us. Again, not expecting a lot out of those. A little bit of some ups and downs as far as the mugginess as we make our way through the weekend and into next week. Still shouldn't be any days that are really humid out there. It's getting a little more difficult this time of year to pull that off. But we'll have some minor changes in that as we head into the weekend and into next week. New drought monitor is out, and you're going to notice we are pretty drought free out there. This is a huge difference from what we were seeing at this point last year. We have made up so much ground in terms of the drought in our soil. So great news in that department if you're curious about that. On the topic of showers, if you are looking to head to the Husker game, it's across the country, so I know it's not likely going to be as many of you as would normally have with some of our recent games, but maybe you have a Saturday where you're able to travel over to College Park, Maryland. The forecast has changed a little bit. We are starting to see some better chances to push a few showers in as we get late in that game especially. Temperatures are looking about where they were in the 60s, but especially as we get into the second half, there could be a couple of spotty light showers that move in, and if you're sticking around past that game, the later you get in the weekend, the more showers you're looking at being around in the mid-Atlantic. So keep that in mind if you are heading for maybe a whole weekend in Maryland. You will likely need some kind of rain gear if you're there on Sunday. All right, let's go back home. 10-day forecast. We've got the breeze around today, otherwise really nice through the afternoon. A couple of small rain chances around. Again, brief shower possible southeast of the metro tomorrow morning. That does not last very long into the day. Maybe a stray shower Saturday, not expecting much out of that either. And then a spotty thunder shower that's possible early in the day Sunday and then again in the evening. You will notice when I advance this several days that have some wind around. From Sunday into the middle of next week, we get a couple of systems in rapid succession that will stir the winds up. So a little more of that fall element. And also notice how much Monday and Tuesday are trending a little bit cooler. We're now looking at some 60s for our highs Monday and Tuesday, with a little bit of a better chance for some showers and storms on Tuesday and into Wednesday. Now, it does look like we're still going to keep things pretty mild going forward. A lot of 60s and 70s for highs. Nighttime temperatures nowhere close to frost territory. Even as we get beyond the 10-day, it's still looking pretty likely that we hold off any kind of cold snaps of any kind. Maybe when we get into the week right after the 10-day, we may manage 1 or 2 days or 1 or 2 nights that try to get down into the upper 30s. So we'll watch that. But it's generally looking pretty mild, keeping the warm trend going, and no big cold snaps looking obvious here for the next 10 days or so. I think with that, we'll wrap things up here. Make sure you join us at the top of the hour on First Alert 6. Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord will have the latest outlook for how things unfold for the rest of the day today. And of course, we'll have the latest news updates as well. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Soak up some of that sunshine that we'll have out there as we continue to lose the clouds here into the afternoon.